Hello, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. You kissed summer goodbye. Kids are back in school. Fall is here. Football's here. Let's party. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas.
Hey, the kids are back in school.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Wow, boys.
Yeah, the kids are back in school.
Yeah, kids are back in
Congratulations.
school. Congratulations.
You too, yes.
I see you guys survived Labor Day.
Not really. Well, that's for another subject.
Did some hard partying?
No.
Oh. And? Interesting analysis.
Hey, football week here.
We're going to talk football today because my heart can't take Tiger talk.
Hey, you owe me
And
dinner.
your ridicule, shut up.
Yeah, you shut up. You owe me dinner.
So let's talk football, and we'll work our way down. Okay, so let's
For
start.
the record, before we start, I want to mention that Ian Witherspoon, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to be here next week. He is actually going to San Diego, to California, to watch the Detroit Lions take down the San Diego Chargers. Ian Witherspoon, what do you think?
I think that's great. For the community, for the kids. Really helps, it helps with everything. I appreciate it.
So you're not going to be here next week.
That's right.
So, I guess are the people going to be happy you're not here? Are they going to miss you or what?
I think this show is complete trash without me, so they'll probably be pretty sad. Yep. That is the sound, live feed from next week's show.
That's you, actually.
That's
That's
you.
you.
Actually.
That's you
Oh,
with the
that's
Detroit
you.
Lions.
Oh.
That's you with the Detroit Lions, because here's why. This is why the Lions, this is a team I've got a lot of concerns about. One, going out to the West Coast, playing a team in Phillip Rivers and one of my favorite backs, Melvin Gordon, and the San Diego Chargers. Yeah, they don't have a true tight end, but
Manti Te'o?
Manti Te'o's terrible.
Manti.
He's garbage. So you look at the Lions. They could win this game. They could.
They could.
But it's
They
not gonna be
should.
easy.
They should win the game.
I think they're gonna be wearing Honolulu blue in that game because San Diego likes to wear white early in the year, so that ought to be interesting. I wish they changed the pants though, because they got to change it from the silver pants to the black pants.
You and your pants.
Yeah,
I like the silver pants.
I don't like them.
All right, fine. Well, Ant, every year the city is filled with hope as the Lions begin a new season.
Didn't we say this about the Tigers too?
No, it's a little different with the Lions because the Lions...
They've been rebuilding since 1957.
Exactly. So is this the year they build a complete team? Excuse me. That was your answer.
Next question.
Okay.
You look at the Lions.
I'm looking at them.
Are you sure they're going to win the NFC North?
No.
No. Because there's a team better than them. A team that wears yellow and green. There's a song called Green and Yellow out there. Yes. And there is a team named, and there's a quarterback named Aaron Rodgers in that division. And there's a team named the Green Bay Packers.
I've heard of them.
They're going to be very good again. They still have a defense. This is a team, even though they lost Jordan Nelson, they still have Randall Cobb. They have Vernon Adams. I mean, who's going to be all right?
Fonte
Adams, yep. And then, of course, you got, I think the division's improved because Adrian Pearson's back in the division.
John Fox, is your head coach in Chicago.
Is the new head coach in Chicago. I think he's going to turn Jay Cutler around there in Chicago. And but they don't have a defense or anything, so I think I could see the Lions beating them twice. Minnesota, I just think the Lions could see them beating them twice. But the only team I think they're going to have problems with is Green Bay. They have not beaten Green Bay since 1994.
You don't think the Lions are going to beat Green Bay at Ford Field?
And then the schedule, their non-conference schedule, they're playing the AFC West, which includes games against Kansas City, Denver, and San Diego, week one, and Oakland. So that's not going to be easy for the Lions. A little off topic. What do you guys think about the report that came in about the New England Patriots? Just curious what both of you think. We're both devastated. Tom Brady got acquitted. That loser.
Him, Bill Belichick,
Yep.
Robert Kraft.
Yep.
Three Stooges.
I agree with you.
Let's not waste our good Lions talk on crap Patriots talk. All right?
The Patriots are
If
not
Johnny
going to joke.
Blinky or Pat Ronan were here, this would not be happening.
They live in our state. This is our team. They can go back to New England, wherever the heck that is. Foxborough. What a joke. Anyways, Ant, the Lions have 4 tough games to start the year. At San Diego, at Minnesota, Sunday night home opener against the
Denver.
Broncos,
Peyton Manning.
Monday Night Football at Seattle. Ant, what's their record after 4 weeks of football?
2-2.
2-2. That is respectable.
4-0.
1-3.
1-3. Yup. Because they ain't beating Seattle. They ain't beating Denver. And I don't think they're beating San Diego this week.
You don't think they're going to beat Denver at home on opening night?
No.
Sunday Night Football?
No. Peyton Manning, too much.
Are you aware how old that man is?
Yeah, I'm aware.
1 sack and his head might fall off.
That is true. But Denver has a good offensive line. Their defense is very good. You look at that team, they got weapons. Even they're older. I just think Denver's going to give the Lions a lot of problems.
Tell you what, I sure am excited, though. It's a great time. And
We'll get to hear Carrie Underwood.
Where do you see the
on
Lions?
Sunday Night Football.
Where do you see the Lions?
after 4 weeks?
Yes.
I don't want to be a baby and say 2-2. I don't want to be a loser and say 1-4. It's hard to be
1-3.
4-0. I don't know. I got to say they can beat San Diego. They can beat Minnesota. I'm optimistic about the Denver game because it's at home. The crowd will be pumped beyond belief. It's at home. It's indoors.
Are you saying probably 3-1?
I'm going to say 3-1.
Because you know they ain't going to win Seattle.
Seattle is a house of horrors
I know.
for any team.
I know. Got to deal with that 12th man. You know, they copied off A&M. But
Okay, next question for you. You alluded to it earlier. Call your shot now. November 15th, the Lions are in Lambeau. Is this the year they break the record and they win a game at Lambeau?
no.
Can't do it?
No.
Ant, any optimism?
They got to hold off another year. I don't think they're going to get the job done Lambeau. Are they going to beat them at Ford Field? Yes. But are they going to beat them at Lambeau? No.
Next question for you. This is involving the leader of the team, the undisputed captain, Matthew Arthur Stafford.
That's his middle name?
I have no idea. Highly doubt it. So, this is the second year in Joe Lombardi's offense. This is his, what, 7th year in the league? Is it finally, officially time where we can say, Stafford, put up or shut up? If he has another mediocre year, what's your reaction?
Time to draft another quarterback. Because you look at Stafford, you know, I know he's benefited a lot from being in this offense. He's done very well in this offense. But, you know, the schedule's too tough. It's going to be another mediocre year for him.
You think it's going to be a mediocre year?
I think it'll be another mediocre year for him.
Ant, you got a different opinion?
Put up or shut up. He does well. It's all right. But he did make the playoffs last year. I think expectations are somewhat higher in Detroit. It's put up or shut up. Do I think Stafford deserves blame for last year's disastrous exit from the playoffs against the Cowboys? No. But it's put up or shut up. This year, dude.
He did not have a great year, Stafford. He had a good year. You know, he didn't throw a lot of picks.
Right.
He threw some touchdowns. He was more of a game manager last year.
Which is what you should be.
I think this...
Do I think this team? I got a question for you.
Sure.
Are they a playoff team?
Great question. Ant, go ahead.
You first. Ian, you're first. You're the host.
Wait, when did he get recognized as a host?
No.
He just doesn't deserve to be considered a host.
But do you think they were a playoff team?
Do I think they're a playoff team? No.
Of course.
I say on paper, yes, but it's the Lions, and I got
I'm saying no,
a
unfortunately.
stinking
What about the Dallas Cowboys? Are they a playoff team?
Yes.
I agree.
I had 20 on my fantasy.
When we come back, we're going to talk about college football and nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, come on down to Friendship Park for Barn Days on September 12th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We got pony rides, a pit and farm, games, inflatables, and so much more. Plus the food is just amazing. Maybe enjoy a hayride with the family. But watch out, there's some people around here that don't know the Civil War is over. The cost is just $5 per car, so don't miss Barn Days, September 12th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Friendship Park. If y'all want more information, call 248-391-0304, extension 305, or check out oriontownship.org. Make a trip over to the Orion Arts Center to enjoy some family fun and fresh food at the 2015 Lake Orion Farmers Market. Every Wednesday through October 21st from 2 to 7 p.m., local vendors will bring their farm fresh produce, baked goods, and more for the parents while the kids have some fun playing games or making crafts. Remember to come often as vendors change from week to week as new crops come into season. For more information on the Lake Orion Farmers Market or to sign up as a vendor, visit lakeorionfarmersmarket.com.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas. Sammy, you awake, bud?
Yep, we got college football.
We got college football.
Hey, your team, Michigan, did not look good against Utah.
They're not my team. They're his team.
No, they're not.
They're
not
his team.
No, they're
He's
not.
always
Not
loved the
anymore.
Wolverines.
No, they're
Not
not his
anymore.
team. They're not his team. They're your team.
They're not my
Yeah, they're
team.
his team.
They're not my
Yeah, they're
team.
Ian's team.
Not my team.
Yeah, they are.
Not my
Jim
team.
Harbaugh.
I like Jim Harbaugh.
Jake Rudock is probably the worst quarterback in Michigan's ever had.
I don't think so,
Why?
because they had Devin Gardner and Denard Robinson.
Yeah, that is true. But actually, they had Tate Forcier,
Ugh.
who was their. But Rich Rodriguez is the best ever coach in Ann Arbor.
God. What were these people thinking? I'll tell you what. Michigan can't block the run.
Nope. They can't block anything.
They did all right.
They
in pass
threw three.
protection.
Well, the reason why they lost that game was because Rudock threw a pick six for a touchdown.
That
I
didn't
think
help.
Michigan's defense is better than people think.
Their defense is
Because
pretty good.
I really like Jabari Peppers a lot, what he can bring. He reminds me a lot of Charles
Jabril?
Woodson. Yeah, Jabril Peppers. He reminds me a lot of Charles Woodson. This kid, he's the real deal in Ann Arbor because what he can bring there for that defense, to Jim Harbaugh, and the DJ Durkin, their defensive coordinator, said a lot of praise
Am I
about
hearing
him.
this right? You're praising Michigan?
Barely.
Connor Stallions would love you for it.
But
Remember when we had the Michigan Maniac on?
Oh boy.
oh boy. Well, I remember I said Michigan was going to be an 8-4 football team
This year,
this year.
you still hold true to that?
I still hold true that they're going to
After
get beat.
seeing they
they're gonna
can't
get
run the
beat-
ball?
They're going to get beat by Ohio State. Well, actually, I take that back. I think they're a 7-5 team because I think they're beating BYU. But I think they're losing to BYU, Penn State. They did not look good against Temple.
MSU,
MSU
OSU.
and OSU. Wait,
And you already had Utah.
and
so.
you have Utah, so that's 7-5.
Do they play Northwestern this year?
Yes, they do.
Got bad news for you there.
That could be a 6-6 season.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you, Ian. 6-6. Michigan 6-6.
I worry about you.
I think they might go 6-6.
I agree.
They won't make a bowl game. No, they would.
No, they'll make a bowl game. But a real team to talk about, Sparty.
Yes. Go on.
I mean, the defense scared me. Give 24 points to Western Michigan.
Including an incredible 100-yard touchdown run.
Kickoff
Kickoff
return.
run?
Kickoff return.
Kickoff
That was not on the defense. That's on their special teams.
Yep.
So their defense technically allowed 17 points.
Yes.
So
They have a decent team, though.
they have
Western.
a decent team.
They got a
Western.
senior
Yep.
quarterback.
Yep. Western Michigan's not a bad team. Even though I wish Michigan State would have went back to their 2010 look, when they had the
Boy,
green
here
shorty
he comes,
oaks.
Mr. Fashion.
But you look at Michigan State. This is a team I think it can really go far. You know what I mean? They could make the college football playoff.
Potentially.
Maybe even with one loss. I mean, I like them against Oregon. But
Yeah.
you look at this Michigan State team.
Ohio State's the real deal.
Connor Cook,
We'll get to
very
them.
good quarterback. You look at they have a deep wide receiver. I like their running attack. This offense is going to be very good.
Got a good O-line.
They got a good O-line,
Decent
experienced
D-line.
O-line. D-line's decent. I like Malik McDowell a lot. He played at
Shalik.
Southfield. Shalik Calhoun, very good defensive end.
Another Southfield.
Riley Bullock, I like him a lot, linebacker. I think he can play the same role Max Bullock did. And then their corners, the only thing that scares me with this team is their corners.
Which is interesting because they've had great corner play
They've
the
had
past
great
few
corner
years.
play. They had Trey Waynes. They had Daquez Denard. They've had Isaiah Lewis. I mean, like, this is a Michigan State team. I think that they're going to be good this year, even though you got to deal with Ohio State in the Big Ten East, which is going to be good. You know, it'll be a good test for them. Michigan State
In Columbus.
I mean, watching Ohio State play, they look scary again. Cardell Jones has played very well. Ezekiel Elliott, he didn't get a lot of carries, but
JT Barrett.
JT Barrett back at quarterback there. You got
Braxton
Braxton Miller, the
Miller.
receiver. But you could tell in that game with Virginia Tech for Ohio State is that they just did not. Ever since their starting quarterback went out in that game, Ohio State really took over that game. They really did.
They're scary.
They are.
And they don't play anybody for the rest of the year.
The rest of the year until Michigan State.
They play nobody.
I know. Until they get to Michigan State. You know?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting.
It's an interesting Big Ten.
It is.
And it's an interesting schedule for Ohio State.
You got Ohio State and everyone else.
Kind of.
No offense, Michigan State.
I think Michigan State will have something to say
Michigan
about
State will
that.
have a strong say about it. Ohio State's got to go to Ann Arbor. But I
That's
think
going to be
the
a
team.
tough test for Ohio State. Maybe not.
I think the team that'll give Ohio State the biggest test of their season is going to be Michigan State. Because even though that game's in Columbus, I know Penn State's in Columbus, but Penn State looked absolutely horrible against
What do you guys think about Nebraska losing?
Oh,
baby. Hail Mary.
Snapping the 28-9 game home regular season winning streak, to lose that to a backup quarterback, it reminded me of a game that was very similar a couple years ago. It was Nebraska against Northwestern, whereas Ron Kellogg III threw a Hail Mary and Jordan Westerkamp caught it. It reminds me a lot of that similarity of that game, but BYU, you got to give BYU credit for hanging in there. But Nebraska coming back, the BYU lost their starting quarterback. He's out for the year. But Nebraska losing that game, now they know how it feels to lose a game like that.
Northwestern beating Stanford.
That was shocking. I still cannot believe
Northwestern for real?
that. Yes.
Wisconsin got trounced by Alabama.
Alabama's good, though.
I know.
Got to give them a pass.
Every year. So, real quick, your record for state, MSU. What's your final? Regular season.
I'm going to say 11-1.
Who's the loss?
Ohio State.
I would say that's a fair assessment right there.
You think you both think they get by Oregon this
Yes.
weekend?
Yes,
I think
they'll
they
get
beat
by
Oregon.
It's not
National
going to be
televised
easy.
game.
It won't be easy because Vernon Adams, very good quarterback, even though Oregon's defense gave 42 points, but their offense can score with anybody in the country.
Always can.
Yeah. And Michigan State should be just ticked off after last year. What happened to them?
True.
46 points to Oregon.
Right. Any other thoughts on college football before we move on?
Strange one, a little bit off topic. It's kind of going to high school. What do you think about the story in Texas where two football players ended up intentionally, one tackled a referee and then the other one spearheaded a referee? What do you think about that?
Well, if you see the video, it's pretty
Yeah,
nasty.
I did.
It's pretty graphic.
It's not graphic. It's
Not
just
graphic.
It's sickening to watch, but if you're making a play,
that was
and the
not
referee
making a
gets
play.
hit, I know that. But if
Right.
you were making a play,
on that, then it's understandable.
Right.
But what these two guys did was intentional, and it's unfortunate. Well, I think.
Well, rumor has it was because the ref was being racist.
Ooh.
Don't know if that's
Don't
true
know
or
if it's
not.
true or not.
Either way.
Well, he ejected two guys too.
Either way, that is not the way you handle a problem.
I think what
You
the
can't
kids were.
sucker punch.
I think what the kids were thinking was they felt maybe that they were getting screwed, and that referee was one of them that threw
Now he's
out.
considering charges.
And they should.
But they shouldn't. You're right. They shouldn't have done what they did.
That's violence.
Right.
Why do you have to react with violence to a problem?
You don't.
You don't. We're adults. They're old enough. They should face punishment.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the ref said.
I mean, it's one thing to get mad at referees, but it's another to use violence.
Well, if the ref is being out of line, he should just be done.
Right.
Fired for good.
Right.
Because that is out of line. But who knows? It's just accusation. So, all right. Well, when we come back, we're going to touch on a little more high school football here on Between Taorminas.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion and Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina here, talking a new show here called OA Now. We're going to talk about sports from football to basketball to volleyball to track and field to soccer, cross country, etc. here on OA Now on ONTV.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where we will now discuss the 0-2 Lake Orion Dragons. And I want to do this in a way that gives you each time, because I know you have some different thoughts. So,
Have Ant go first.
Anthony, this is
I've
your
used
camera.
my podcast for this.
You're gonna get 1 minute
You shut up.
to let
You
it
shut
roll.
up.
Go ahead, hon.
Get off
Oh,
me.
sorry.
Thank you.
This group is 0-2. It's first time since 1991 that Lake Orion's been 0-2. First time losing to Athens since 2000. Now, the big picture here is that the season is not lost. Just because you're 0-2 does not mean the season is lost. You have a lot of work to do. Most times, Lake Orion football always has done things the hard way, and it's going to be one of those things. I think that you're going to have to beat a team that you're not supposed to beat, but you just have to take it one game at a time, focus on the next game that's on hand, and in this case it's Troy. So, get that one, then you focus on the next one, which is Oxford. Obviously, it's tough thinking that what happened, but the reality is this team's 0-2, so you got to move on from it and see what happens the next week. There's still plenty of football to be played.
And you're always so diplomatic. Sam?
Well, when you look at this game, when you watch the Athens game, I saw a lot of things that were very bad. You don't chirp during games. You don't chirp. 2, your offensive line, I'm not being mean, but they look like a bunch of lost puppies out there. They just couldn't pass protect, couldn't run protect. Kane Priestgren was down on his back a lot. Keith Fields was shut down. Troy Athens made Orion one-dimensional, and there's nothing you can do about it. The reason why this team sits 0-2 is because of how their defense is. I've said this a couple times, and I've said this on this program on many occasions. This defense is the worst defense I've ever seen.
Already, and you're saying there's 2 games in the season?
But, This team.
There's room for improvement.
There is room for improvement, but you cannot play a prevent defense every time. I feel like this team's been playing that. You need a lineman who can put pressure on. You need somebody to put pressure. This is if you can put pressure, and they've had this problem for about 3 years now, 2.5 years now. If you put pressure, rush the quarterback, pressure the quarterback. They have not done that. Not in the 2 games they played this year, and not in the games that they played all last year, most of last year. If you don't pressure the quarterback, you ain't going to win. And right now, the reason why this team is losing games is because of their defense. Offensive line did not do well in that game with Athens. I mean, you got to give Athens credit. But for this team, they have to respond. If they can win 6 of their next 7, that'd be good. There's not going to be any easy games. They got to play Oxford. They still got to play Stony Creek. You still got to play Clarkston and West Bloomfield. And that's not to mention the crossover yet. So this team's there's no more room for error for this team. If they want to turn it around, they must stop the bickering, stop the insulting, and just play the game. Because right now, as an alum, a football alum, this is probably, you guys, the current team right now is making a laughing stock of the alumni right now, and that's not good. That's not good right now.
Well, I mean, you look at it, I wouldn't say they're making a laugh stock of the alumni or anything like that.
Well,
but my point is that it's not a good feeling to go into any type of situation 0-2. And in this case, this is the first time going 0-2 for Lake Orion since 1991. And I made mention that you've got plenty of season left. Yes, the Troy Athens game was a shock because of how that went. But you got Troy this week, arguably very limited offensively.
Should be a win.
Defensively, they're Oxford. Okay. That should be a win for this group. But then you got Oxford the next week. We'll talk about that next week. That's another war.
If this defense don't improve,
I mean, hopefully.
If this defense don't improve, and those kids don't get their act together, they're not going to be thinking playoffs for a second straight year. But
I think you get rid of you don't even think playoffs right now. This is just about winning a game. This is all about right now at this point. Playoffs right now are out of the question.
Well, those kids better get their act together. Those kids better get their act together because right now, by the looks of it right now, if they don't turn this season around, it's going to be another long winter, and that's going to be difficult on not only the community here, but it's going to also be difficult on those players and also the fans.
Yeah, they will. I mean, you can't put all blame on the players. Coaches take responsibility too. There's got to be accountability on all sides.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Accountability is on everyone.
Real quick here, we got about a minute left. What's the difference between Orion football 10 years ago versus Orion football today?
Tougher. Orion football is much tougher 10 years ago than it is right now.
Would that be a generational thing? Is that a community thing? Is that a coaching thing?
I'd probably say all the above.
Yeah?
But we'll get to it sometime next week.
I think Orion got complacent, got so used to winning.
Cocky maybe a little bit?
I wouldn't say cocky, but I would say complacent. Everyone expected Orion to win, and I think we're learning that it's very hard to win.
It requires work.
It requires a lot of work, and it requires a lot of discipline. And
history.
It's a good topic to bring up, but we don't have enough time.
We'll get to it. All right. Well, the 3 boys all said, "Go
Fire
Lions!"